what if you could look at an individual letter, a letter assessment, and immediately group students based on your needs? The app can do that for you. So what this is a circle chart. So we picked a letter, the uppercase letter G, and this is a quick snapshot of my entire class, our entire class, showing you which students have mastered that skill, which students need a little bit more support with that skill, and which students need quite a bit more explicit teaching. If you're not familiar with the circle charts, just to show you, the black circles represented here would be students that have completely mastered it. Also, the app gives you the option of having a half circle, which means that the student is working towards mastery, but needs a little bit more support, some extra doses with that. And the white circles are students that are going to be more concerning as far as just needing a little bit more explicit teaching to get going on that.
But just going into what does that mean they've mastered this skill? So circle charts, and in the app as well, there's an explanation to that. We want them to be able to do more than just say the letter. So if we give them the uppercase letter G, we want them to be able to say the letter, of course, and recognize it, but we also want them to be able to say the letter sound that goes with it. We want them to be able to say at least the most common letter sound, and eventually more than one. So if it's the G, we want them to be able to say the G sound, and eventually the J sound. But G is perfect to begin with. We also want them to be able to find that letter in a book or in context, and we want them to be able to build that letter with Play-Doh or anything like that. They don't need to be printing it because that's a different skill, but we want them to be able to form the letter.
So if you're looking at the half circles, for example, Kelly, she might know the letter sound, but maybe not be able to name the letter, or vice versa, or there's some part of that she might be missing, and that's why it's represented by the half circle. First glance, I can see, okay, I have 3 students here that need quite a bit more explicit teaching. We're going to be talking about how you're able to maybe pull those students out, do a little bit a side group during some part of the day to be able to work with those 3 students. There's a handful of students here that might need just a little bit of extra doses. So as I'm planning our practice centers for that week, I might be pulling up the uppercase letter G as part of one of those practice centers, just a little bit of extra doses, because I would say a good chunk of the class here needs a little bit more support with that letter.